I don't know if I should be excited. Like, I don't feel excited to finish this series. Harry looks 15. Maybe Snape will actually turn out to be good. Do you think that's gonna happen? I think that I expect it. I still expect it. I don't know how that could happen. He killed Dumbledore. How can he be good? If Snape turns out to be good, which I don't think he will, I'm just gonna retire. In the fourth book, I guess, was the fourth or fifth, I was talking about how it might end, okay? And I had three options. First of all was that Harry killed Voldemort. Second is that Voldemort turns to be good, which honestly, sounds kind of crazy, but it's still in my head because maybe J.K. Rowling is just hurting me all the time, but I don't think Voldemort is good anymore. And the third one was that Harry becomes bad at some point. Now, I don't think this is gonna happen anymore because this is the last book. I thought this was gonna be a plot of the sixth book, maybe the fifth, but it's not happening. I really doubt that Dumbledore was like in with the plan of killing him. Maybe he is though. I feel like a lot of people are gonna die in this book. One more death and I swear to God. Ginny and Harry are happening. Needless to say, Ron and Hermione. Okay, this is my theory of the whole book, and we'll see how many things I get right. First, Harry actually goes to school because he said he wouldn't go back, but he will. Hermione has to almost die. And let me tell you why this is gonna happen. Hermione is brutally important. I can't dislike her. But Hermione is the brain. Without Hermione, what are we? Nothing. Do I have blood on my... Okay, my nose was bleeding before. Anyway, Hermione is such an important piece of the puzzle that if she gets injured, we might actually have a good plot. Can I tell you something that has nothing to do? I'm gonna tell you something because I feel like it's funny. Okay. This I bought when I was like 14. I like boys who are in bands, okay? It's a shirt that I bought because I wanted to let my crush know that I liked him. He turned out to be gay, but the point is that I wore it to school and he saw it and he obviously understood the task because I was his friend. And then he told me he was gay. And I actually wore this to school. Every time I say the word Sirius, I seriously think about Sirius Black. We have Harry, who's gonna kill Voldemort. The Horcruxes, the Dragon Balls. What I feel is gonna happen is that Harry is gonna have to not go to Hogwarts this year. At least not for a while. Since he's gonna try to find the Horcruxes. Uncle Vernon is like, "You're taking this house. Our house. House prices are skyrocketing around here. You want us out of the way, and then you're going to do a bit of hocus pocus. And before we know it, the deeds will be on your name." And Harry says, "Are you out of your mind? A plot to get this house? Are you actually as stupid as you look?" Icon. You cannot tell me Hagrid just died. I bet that instead of finding the Horcruxes and destroying each and every one of them, they're gonna make Voldemort feel remorse for what he did. And that's how his soul is gonna be one again. I just wanted to tell you about something that happened yesterday. It was so funny. And so sad too. The point is, I was listening to They Don't Know About Us, One Direction. I love that song. It reminds me of my boyfriend. It used to, anyways, because I heard it. And for some reason, moments of Ron and Hermione flashed through. And now it reminds me of them. And I hate that for me. I just feel like everybody's dating a Weasley at this point. So, Grindelwald is mentioned in this book in the beginning particularly, and his sign that Mr. Lovegood is wearing on the wedding, right? Thinking that this might have to just be information about Grindelwald and because J.K. Rowling already had the idea to write this, the series that happens before, I think, because I don't think he has a plot in this book. What if Dumbledore was Harry's father? Okay, I'm crazy.
I feel like I'm on drugs. But what if it was? Like, you never know.
Because Dumbledore was gay.
Was. Gay people sometimes have straight relationships.
If I were Harry, I would just separate and go to Hawaii or something. Ron leaving literally has me so sad. I cannot believe Ron left. The only reason, this is a dumb theory, but I feel like the only reason that Dumbledore trusted Snape was just because they were a little bit more than friends. I mean, or Dumbledore thought they were. Ron just came back. This moment where Ron came back, it's literally so wholesome and beautiful. This is quite literally the best part of the book till now. I knew it. I knew that wasn't the sign of Grindelwald. Grindelwald. What? Grindelwald. I knew it wasn't the sign of Grindelwald because it's too repetitive. I hate Ron right now. I don't know why. I'm not sure what to say about that, but I hate him. He used to be funny. He's not funny in this particular. Ever since he came back, he's just like boring. And then Hermione, I actually don't hate her. When Harry started crying in the graveyard and Hermione was like, "Here, I got you." Oh my god, I cried. I was crying. I didn't film that because I was crying badly, but something switched inside of me because ever since that, I find it very hard to hate on Hermione. I gotta talk about when Harry opened the Horcrux. I feel like that's the reason why I kind of don't like Ron at this moment. How can he feel that Hermione would ever like Harry Potter? And I understand that Ron has this like feeling of like the assistant of the spotlight. Like he's nothing besides Harry. But how can he think that Hermione could ever be with Harry? And then Harry said like, "She's like a sister to me." And I was like, yeah. And I found that so cute. So I don't hate Hermione anymore. And I feel very happy about that. When Harry goes to Bathilda's house and the whole thing happens where the Bathilda is actually the snaky snake. It was too overwhelming. Those two chapters were like death. Because you get to see Harry crying and it was just sad. And then you get to see Harry dying, which is just sad. And that was amazing. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The sword thing, though, we gotta talk about the sword thing. How did he get the sword? So what I think what happened, my theory is, somebody's gotta be behind this. Now, I know it sounds it can't be Snape. Snape killed Dumbledore. I get a feeling that it's either Snape. Did I call him Snake? Yeah, I was gonna say Grindelwald, but I don't think Grindelwald is gonna be in this book. And I believe that I hate Hermione because, like, they went to see Lovegood. Hermione is just like, it's a pile of utter rubbish. Why don't you shut up? Like, just have a little faith. She wouldn't have believed in Santa Claus, I know it. Update. Dobby just died. I loved Dobby. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea. I have no theory. I was about to cry. Because I literally don't know what's gonna happen. But then Cho was like, I'm gonna take Harry to see the crown. And then Jeannie's like, no. Luna will take you, won't she? And that's so funny. Jeannie jealous is what I'm living for. What I think Ron and Hermione are doing, because right now we don't know where they are. And Harry's just fighting the tiara thing. What I think they're doing is they went for where the basilisk died, and they're trying to get the venom so they can destroy the Horcruxes that they have. I told you, I just read it, but I told you. You knew it already, but I told you anyways. So you're telling me that Fred just died? Literally my favorite character just died. What a sad world, honestly. I wouldn't want to live in it. Yeah, I did this to my face because I was crying and I had nothing else to do because I couldn't read because I was crying. Anyways, let's just ignore that. Although I must say, I love the way Malfunction is being dragged around everybody. I love that for him. Honestly, he deserves nothing. Well, he actually deserves more, but nothing less. Stop. Shut up. No. I'm crying right now. This has just happened. Voldemort's spoken parcel tongue. Kill. And then Snape died. And then it's this. Whatever, they give the description of Snape falling and just dying. And Voldemort is like, I regret it. I regret it. And then he just... I don't know why it's so funny, but it's like, I regret it. Voldemort said coldly. And it's just so funny because he turns away and then says there was no sadness in him, no remorse. It's so funny to read that. Well, Snape is dead, and I did say I was gonna throw a party when that happened, and so let's just party.
Then you can wear my sweatshirt, and you can tell your friends we'll be together till the end. I don't really care about what they say. I'ma come back like a boomerang. Won't let the haters get their way. I'ma come back like a boomerang.
Snape as a little kid, I'm just gonna forgive him because he was like 9. And who deserves to be hated at 9? Most kids, actually, but I'm just gonna know that he's like 10 or something. So Snape treated Lily like shit for what? Literally for what? Snape killed Dumbledore for what? Snape exists for what? You're telling me that this is the reason why Dumbledore trusted Snape? So you're telling me Dumbledore knew that Voldemort wanted Malfunction to kill him? Now you're telling me that Harry Potter has to die. Harry doesn't die because he's the main character. Oh. I refuse to believe that Snape was a good person. Ever. Because I hate him with my entire heart, with everything that I am. And even, I don't care what you have to say about it, okay? Snape was the worst character of all of them. He treated Harry like shit every day of his life when Harry was already having so much shit to deal with. And this bitch ass comes and says, oh, by the way, 3 detentions because my ass is not big enough. What the fuck? I hate Snape, and I will never stop hating Snape, and I don't care. The fact that he exists triggers my everything. if I read 7 books called Harry Potter, for Harry Potter to die at the end, I will cry of laughter, because at that point I feel like a clown. To be completely honest with you, I never even liked Dumbledore, but yeah, he's a weird dude. I don't know what to tell you. This is it. The last chapter. I have finished 2 months in my life and 7 years in their lives. Why should I delay it? I learned a good lesson in this book, and that is, yesterday I was freaking out because you're born to die, and we're literally gonna die, and I was so afraid of death. I had never been afraid of death, but when I thought I literally have no option, I will die, I started freaking out. But this book kind of made me not freak out about it. And I know that it's not gonna happen like it happens in this book, obviously, but I'm like at ease with the fact that I'm gonna die. Harry won! Yes! It's over. Just a quick side note before I post this video. I will never in my entire life forgive the fact that Harry and Ginny literally named their child after Dumbledore, King, and Snape. Severus. His name is Albus Severus. That's just repulsive. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all of it. Oh my god. This is my favorite one. God, that ending. Genius ending. Although I do not care. I think I said this already, but I do not care what you think. I hate Snape. And I am so happy he died. And I don't care. Dumbledore is just weird, but I love him too, because it's just Dumbledore. Hermione never really grew on me. I never loved her, but I still don't despise her. Ron is just, I cannot believe Fred died. God. I thought Grindelwald was gonna be in this book, but apparently it was just like to know Alba's story before, and also to like prepare the ground for like, I feel, the prequel. That's The Crimes of Grindelwald. I feel like that's not prepare the ground, but kind of, you know, put in the world, because it's the same world. Wow, I feel a little bit incomplete. It seems incredible to me. I know this is fictional, and it's a little bit obvious because Harry goes through so much. 5 near-death experiences per book, approximately. It's incredible how much he goes through. And in the 5th book, which was the most impressive one, he was hurting all the time. Literally, like 90% of the time, it was pain in his scar and vomiting of pain and pain and pain and pain and pain. And all of the books are so painful for Harry. And he's still selfless. He's still caring. He's still perfection. J.K. Rowling did that to a character. That was too much. But Voldemort, so good. So good how he died. I love everything about this series. And it's so smart. Let's just do one more dance for Snape. Because Snape always... he's the reason why I get up to do things in the videos. Like, he was the reason why I started fighting the air in the last video. In this video, I danced. I want to give this book 6 stars. I'm not even kidding. Good riddance, Voldemort. I don't know what I will post. I do want to read some other books that are very famous, and I will post that probably, like The Song of Achilles. That's a pretty famous book that I want to make a video about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this series. Should we just say it one more time? I think we should. I think we should say it one more time just for the end of it. I think we should. I hate Hermione.